Good afternoon, my friends. It is Friday afternoon. My name is Nate Schmold. On the brink of tears or something. Atoshi, what's up, my homie? It's time for the Cosmochoria Friday broadcast. Hey, Sapphire, how's it going, man? Like I said, my name is Nate Schmold. You guys know me. Random Rocker. Bleegeedooboo. I wanted to pick a sort of a solemn, little bit of a solemn soundtrack for today. Primarily because it's kind of hard to say, but I think the Cosmochoria Friday broadcast may not exist in the way that I've been doing it. Acorns, yay, how's it going, Jess? May not exist in the way that I've been doing it so far, or at least it will, but I'm gonna ease up on the other streams, like the Monday and the Wednesday, and maybe just keep the Friday broadcast fairly abrupt. Not abrupt, but sometimes I'm going for 3 hours at a time, doing the stream, and then beatboxing after and stuff like that. And I think I got to ease up on that kind of activity a little bit, if only because I'm sort of seeing everything unfolding before me, and it's starting to get a little bit stressful about how much I actually have to do to get this game finished. And I feel like I really need to focus. In the past month, I was doing the Monday stream for an hour, and I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, an hour. It felt like it was like, a nice way to sort of start the week or start the day and kind of get some work, get that sort of fun stuff out of the way so I can get down to work. But at the same time, that was one more hour I could have / should have been working on the game, I think. And I think I just need to sort of keep that mentality in mind and just fucking rock it till it's done. I've gotten a lot done in the past week or so, but there's just a countless fucking flurry of issues that I've been dealing with. One of them being that Construct 2 has some glitch now when I'm exporting my Mac builds, and I'm assuming this is going to be for Windows builds too. I suppose I could test that out. It's straight up glitching. Like I can't even, like it doesn't even build properly anymore. I don't know if it has to do with, I honestly have no idea what it has to do with. I think it has to do with some update, something changed in their export functionality, and now I run the Mac build, it basically has like a 30-second delay on anything you do. So even if I click the mouse to shoot, there's a 30-second delay on it actually firing bullets. It's just you guys, you gotta know what I'm dealing with here. Okay, that's all well and good. But yeah, there's just ultimately, when it comes down to it, there's just a bunch of stuff that still needs to be done for the game itself. I've been working pretty hard on it, and I can at least show you without actually, hopefully this works. Show you kind of let's see here. I'm just trying to get everything sort of organized so I can see what you guys are saying while I'm working on this other stuff. Make sure it's all working properly. Okay, so you guys are being super cool. Jess, Satoshi both saying, do what I need to do. And I think that's what I want to do and what I've wanted to do from the beginning. But at the same time, I definitely see the value in keeping guys in the loop. And it's it's actually an easier way to keep you in the loop, for the people who want to sort of get this much update when I'm doing sort of like a weekly broadcast. It's fairly easy for me to sort of hit the stream. Just a little bit of preparation, and then just sort of give you sort of like a live walkthrough of what I've been working on, as opposed to, I'll probably be starting to do a little bit more because I've been neglecting it, is putting together proper sort of Kickstarter updates with the same kind of thing, doing screenshots and maybe, animated GIFs and stuff like that. And I mean, that kind of stuff takes a lot more time to put together. I can end up spending 4 hours sort of putting together one Kickstarter update, but at the same time, I think the documentary benefits of it might be a little bit better. Spending 4 hours on it, and then there's something that you can actually look through and read and see images and that kind of thing. Whereas doing this, I don't know, aside from our little posse here, I don't know if other Kickstarter backers are coming to check out the stream, and I don't know if, they feel like that I'm not properly updating them and others. So yeah, I just got to figure out what my, because I'm working on a game. I got to figure out the easiest or best way for me to kind of keep everyone in the loop of what that process is like. And I think right now I haven't actually found it. I haven't found what the best way to do that is. And I thought it would be the stream. And, we've got a good handful of homies here now that are, you guys know what's going on and you know what I'm doing. But I think there's another 1,200 people who have no clue. Yeah, so it's I just got to figure out what the best sort of all-around solution is, and so that I'm not spinning my wheels in too many spots. And I figured doing the playing games on Monday and Wednesday would be like a chance to sort of build the stream up and get more people interested in the stream. But then I realized, what am I trying to do here? Run a Twitch channel or make a game? And I started to see that maybe I was starting to go down a path of distraction for what I was actually trying to do. I'm not necessarily trying to build up a Twitch channel. The priority should always and should stay as working on the game. Okay. Speaking of which, Cosmochoria. Let's see. So much more has been done to sort of streamline the messaging aspect of things. I was starting to realize some of the limitations that I was having with having a yes and a no button, and then a continue button for some of the messaging sort of systems that I had going. So I redesigned it quite a bit, and now I can actually define specific icons for specific actions. So I'm basically going to have like one message action sprite, or I guess object, and then I can define which actions that object does and which icons has when you actually do the actions and what happens when you. So it's going to be a little bit more easy to control from my end. So now it's like picking up the egg. It says eat it. This can be like it could be essentially a picture of a guy eating an egg and a guy holding an egg and loving it. Right now I just got this. And yeah. So, and then also stuff where it's got continuing linked messages. So if I do eat the egg, it tastes, and it doesn't matter, I can continue sort of flying on. It tastes eggy. So I can continue flying around. You might notice the bottom of the screen here is slightly transparent. I don't have the name of the guy on hand, but someone had hit me up on Kickstarter, one of the backers, and had been just sort of expressed their concern for the lifespan of their monitor. He's rocking like a plasma and just was very aware and concerned about potential burn-in of the this stuff on the bottom, since it's always there. You're gonna always have this icon there, and he just didn't want to see icons on his screen even when he's not playing Cosmochoria, which was something I didn't really think of, and something that I should have thought of, and he brought to my attention, and I wanted to do what I could to help. So just off the bat, I figured I'd drop the opacity down on that whole sort of interface, and that includes this bar up at the top here, or I mean the button up at the top. It includes all the stuff along the bottom. And I figured just as a default, it looks decent to have it opaque or transparent like that. And also so you can see things that are underneath. I mean, it's just a little bit more screen visibility if you see, like the boss coming in on the bottom or something like that. It's just helpful. But that being said, I mean, if that's not enough, I also have the option now in here in the options screen for reduce burn-in. Boom, do that, and that drops it. What was that? Did you see that? I think I may have just discovered the source of a bug. Things are still happening when the game was paused, and they shouldn't be happening. Like, this guy's moving, for one. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, with the reduce burn-in, I could turn that on, and basically drops the opacity down to like 10% or something, just crazy. So, I mean, if you're super concerned about burn-in on your screen, that would essentially drop it back. And I think I think it looks good anyway. Like if you just like, if you're not really obsessed with the interface, it's kind of cool to have it like that anyway. I just thought it was, kind of a neat option, and, it lets you sort of enjoy the atmosphere a little bit more and not be so focused on the stuff on the bottom of the screen. And if you wanted to fry your screen, of course. Look at that. Okay, so the player is moving. The player sprite is moving, but leaving his body behind. Interesting. That's fun. So fry my screen basically just brings it back to the full sort of, not full, but 80% transparency. So if you did have a plasma and you're concerned about it frying your screen, you can turn it on to fry my screen if you wanted it to, and there you go. So yeah, that's that. I mean, that's a silly little thing. I've been doing a lot of work on sort of just all the mechanics that go into. I had some glitches with how this was working, where you couldn't use bombs everywhere. So now when you've got like pretty much a full planet's worth of stuff, going on. What's happening? And you didn't have any room to actually drop a bomb or do anything like that. Oh yeah, shield towers are working now. The sprites are not correct. They're all just sort of placeholder sprites. I played with making the coins blue just to see if it would help with the... it was just something that I wanted to try. Look, it's a pain in the ass to get used to, first of all. But I was actually surprised at how much more the yellow ones stand out, actually. Especially once the atmosphere fills in and you actually have like a blue sky. The coins themselves sort of blend in a little bit too much. Yeah, so you get all this stuff building, and then you wouldn't have any ability to drop a bomb because basically it wouldn't let you crouch down because there was stuff. So I basically just sort of reprogrammed the whole crouching behaviors and all that kind of stuff. So you can crouch down wherever. It just limits the options that you can actually do until you are able to do them. And then, of course, I've got the rollovers of, I don't know if those will be final text, but just rollovers for when you're hovering over the items. It gives you a little idea of what it is. Those may end up changing to, I just did a little, what is it? Onomatopoeia. because it's just shield, so it's like pling pling, like a bullet hitting a shield. And then this is pew pew because it's shooting. This is bloop because it'd be the sound of like dropping the seed in the soil. Foosh because it'll be like a, like a ground attack. And kabloom. Yo, Dare, how's it going, man? So good of you to join us today. You guys have been really cool, and I wanted to apologize for last week. Had an awesome weekend, so I guess there's not too much to apologize for, but just not being able to do the stream and all that. But it was amazing. My friend had an amazing wedding, and the two circles there, the red and green ones. Yo, Bobo, how's it going, man? The two circles, are you talking about these ones? So yeah, these are basically they're just placeholders for there's actually going to be a variety of towers that you can build. Right now I'm just I'm setting up the placeholders so that they have the option there. Right now you've got a shield tower. They're not final at all. Like the towers is probably the one thing that I've done the least amount of. Well, no, not the least amount. I'm just not done. Let's see. I'm trying to get my. So yeah, there'll be essentially 4 different towers, and they will all look different. Right now they're just different colors, but that's just I'm just setting it up. So, this is the one that we were used to, and this one will stay as the pyramid. And then there's going to be like a shield tower, so it'll look like a shield tower. And then there's going to be like a fire tower that attacks the ground enemies, sort of sends out a shockwave. And then this, I'm not 100% sure what I was going to do with that. I've got it in some notes somewhere, but I've since forgot. It's almost like this coming off. Yeah, because the mouse is hovering. This is something I got to figure out because it's happening not just here, but it happens on the home screen too with hovering your mouse over stuff, and it also happens in here a little bit. It just does not seem super. It's like if you're faster than the game is processing the. I don't know. I'll figure this out. So much optimization stuff I've been doing. Rewriting the way enemies are being tracked on the screen. Rewriting the way enemies are being killed when they're within a certain distance of you. Just wipes them out completely so that they can spawn again closer to you. There's like a counter in the game for sort of like a total enemy counter that's showing. So that's keeping track of. It's keeping track of. See on the left hand, I actually had a little display here. So it's keeping track of how many enemies are actually spawned, and so that's taking into account asteroids. No, it's not taking into account asteroids. Asteroids has its own counter, and basically, yeah. So it's just not spawning too many things at once, and then once I get too far from. Say I'm like 2,000 pixels away from an enemy, it'll just kill it. It'll just destroy it, and then it opens up a spot for another enemy to now spawn closer to me. There's also enemies that spawn all around. There should be enemies on planets now. So some of the planets, when you visit for the first time, will actually have some enemies spawned on it when you get there. Yeah, Bobo, for sure. I don't know if... Did you see the whole... Dare, reduce burn-in. So that's... Yeah, I was talking a bit about that when the stream first started. But someone had asked specifically for that option. Because he had a plasma screen, and it seemed like it was a relatively easy thing to do. So basically, reduce screen burn-in. If I hit the option, Boom. Now if you look at the menu on the bottom, or the heads up display on the bottom, I guess is that a heads down display in this case? Yeah, so it basically cuts down the opacity so that it's not so harsh on your plasma screen or plasma monitor. Yeah, and then or if it's just fun to play with the stuff sort of showing through all that. So yeah, kind of fun. And then where you can just fry your screen, and no biggie. Yeah, so just sort of setting up message sort of streams. Setting up message streams so that, when activities happen, like if I picked up a power up or something like that, I had to get an actual message notification about the power up. This, you have to pee. Okay, so go pee. So I can control sort of how long a message is on the screen for. This one I think was set for 1 second. These ones are set for 2 seconds, and then it switches to another message. So I can actually have linked messages like that. And then, see, that's something. But I can actually have options. This should be halting me with that guy. It's still bringing my sprite down for some reason. But yeah. And then what else did we have here? What have I been working on? I just gotta check my list of things that are crossed off. I basically randomized the bricks that are showing up when you kill a base, when you kill an enemy base. So like one of those hives. He could have possibly winked. I fixed the old guy so he actually looks at you now. So we'll be able to start having some conversations with this guy properly now. So he properly tracks me to see where I'm at. These guys are just pain in the ass as always. I actually changed the movement of those guys to hopefully stop them from getting stuck on. A lot of the planets have sort of bumpiness to it. Trying to actually get to a planet. There we go. There's the NeoGaf planet. So a lot of these planets have like some bumpiness to it, and I hate these guys. I hate those fucking bugs. These pupes. But yeah, so the planet has sort of like a little bumpy texture, so you're kind of like walking up it a bit, and the enemies were getting stuck. It seemed because they just weren't aggressive enough to push forward, I guess, or something. I don't know what it was, and they still see like right there. He still gets kind of stuck, but yeah. Blue towers, shock defense to slow the enemy down. I think that's a good idea, but I think the turtle is gonna have the full monopoly on time, on manipulating time, because the turtle pet actually has that ability to make a little portal, and then the enemies sort of pass through the portal slowly, like at like 1/10 of the speed. So I think the turtle will be like a cool thing. Yeah, fucking bugs, man. I gotta come up with an answer for those, I think. I don't know if I showed you guys all the pets. Did it last week or a couple weeks ago? Did I show? That was the other thing too. Is I finished all the pets. Maybe I should. I could probably just create like a little shortcut thing to just create pets in front of me, and then I don't have to actually work. I don't actually have to work on creating them. Let's just do this quick for a second here. Pets. So I'm going to say on keyboard. On key pressed, I'm going to say on 1. Let's just make sure. Eggs on. I just want to make sure I'm doing this properly for a test. Create. Let's see. Spawn. Oh, spawn. Spawn. Pets. Okay, so. Okay, we're just going to do this quick so I can actually show you what they all do. There's pets. Okay, and then I think I can force the kind. Pets. Set. Value. Kind. 1. Add action. Pets. I'll make sure that I'm destroying the other pet because I think there's going to be some stuff. Oh, you're talking about that form that I was on? That was the construct 2. So if you go to Sierra.com, that was the construct 2, like, developer or like just question and answer form. I was trying to see if I could find somebody who's having the issue that I was having with the delay, the lag on the input. Because it was driving me buck wild. And I think it was a version of, I think it's the latest version of Construct does it. So I was hoping somebody else had the issue and has dealt with it already, but it looks like they've already given up. And the developer didn't notice the issue, so they're like, oh yeah, this is just this obviously isn't an issue, so I'm just gonna close this. Awesome. It's always a good sign when you're like one of 2 guys with a problem. Sorry about that there. Okay, let's make some pets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Let's watch this not work, but whatever. I'm probably missing something. I should test the. It's okay. Hold on. Okay, so 1. Oh, look who it is. Oh, but he's not moving. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting at. So the robot's cool, but let's see. Is he actually going to do his job? I think they're not added properly right now. Some other stuff probably needs to be set when they're created. Okay, so 2. There's the cat. Cat's floating. Yeah, there's definitely something going on. Okay, so the cat chomps on bad guys. So basically if something runs into the cat, he's supposed to be like jumping around cute on the planet. and then when he runs into a bad guy, he'll chomp on it. I don't know why he's just sitting there right now. But yeah, he's just supposed to be jumping around. Okay, and then... Okay, so the robot... Now this robot seems to be working. He's at least moving how he's supposed to be moving. But let's see if he kills things the way he's supposed to kill things. What the f... Well, he just transformed into the turtle. And then the turtle's shooting out portals. The portals are doing their job for these enemies and the bullets. It's just madness. Yeah, so these turtles just sort of flies around. Bullets... It's going to be slowing these guys down too. I don't know why they're not slowing down, but... So yeah, the turtle just sends out these portals. And they cause a fucking ruckus. He just poops out portals. And then these guys are just living in hell now with these portals. Okay, so then that was... I don't know how that... Okay, here's the puppy. The puppy... He's supposed to bounce around on the screen also. So he's supposed to bounce around. Yeah, he's supposed to be like just sort of walking around on the level. And then when you get hurt, let's see if I can get hurt. If I get hurt, lose some energy. And then when you walk up to the puppy, I don't think they're being properly defined right now. The puppy's supposed to lick you. He's supposed to stand up and lick you. And it's super cute, and it heals you a little tiny bit. Bummer that it's... I think I actually have to hatch them out of eggs. Okay. Oh, it seems like if I just spawn them a bunch, then... Yeah, so the cat's sort of doing what it's supposed to do now. Oh, you know what it is? I think I'm spawning the enemy and it chooses it, and then I'm setting it to a different enemy. So it's not actually the behavior. So, yeah, so that's probably... Okay, I have an idea. I'm just going to do this. I know what's going on. See, it's spawning the enemy, and I probably set all the settings for what kind of enemy that is. But then after that's all done, now I'm changing its sprite to something else. So... I should just leave it. Yeah, the portal. The portals are... That's just ridiculous. They'll be proper sprites and maybe a little bit less intense. Okay, so pet. So the dragon. We all know the dragon. He shoots fireballs. He shoots fireballs at things. He just rocks fireballs. He's a good little buddy. Helps you kill things. Good times. Let's do this again. So this guy, look what he does. He grabs coins for you. So you just sit here. Don't have to worry about going out there to collect coins. You just sit back and enjoy. Do your work. It's like having a little... It's like having a little assistant just hanging out with you. And he just goes and gets stuff. Super good. He'll grab diamonds. I think he'll show you if there's yeah, it's all good. Okay, so there's that. Dragon, turtle, we just saw his craziness shooting out portals. I don't know why the portals are doing this. I'm not super worried about it. Okay, what else do we have? The robot. So this is the actual robot. This is what... The robot is my favorite guy. He's actually designed... he's like pretty much like a carbon copy of the robot from... One of those little robots from the old 80s movie, Batteries Not Included. I don't know if you guys remember that movie. batteries not included movie. You'll see what I'm talking about. It was this movie where these like little robot ships came down, and this dude sort of learned how to fix them because they were all broken, and then they were like helping him like rebuild this apartment building. But yeah, this little guy here, he's like the little baby robot in that movie. And so lo and behold, but he's gangster. He's super awesome. He shoots out lasers at fairly rapid fire. He's definitely overpowered right now. But he shoots out lasers at rapid fire. And the best thing about the lasers is they ricochet off planets too, because planets are fully reflective surfaces. So I just love being on a planet and having this little guy sort of ricochet bullets. Oh, here, let's get on the planet. It's just so awesome. He's so badass. Awesome. Shoot and reflecting robot. Nice. Is that his name? Oh, Squidgy. for the squid. That would be. I'd be down for calling him Squidgy. I think Dara has now named 2 important players in the game. Monkey. You guys love monkeys. His tail will animate. I still got to animate his tail. Can't even remember what the monkey does. Oh, you know what he does? Check this out. Poppity pop. Finish that, buddy. So I'm just going to hang out. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Let's get my monkey back. Oh, shit. Monkey. There you go, monkey. He sees plants. He wants plants to grow because he wants to learn how to make bananas. So he hangs out on plants and he finishes them for you. And then when they're all done, he'll move on to the next one. So he can actually so you can just start plants and just get really gangster with it and then just focus on fending off enemies, and your monkey will handle it. He knows how to garden. And all these guys will hop onto your back as you leave the planet so they can the monkey fertilizes the plants. He's skilled at applying his feces and whatnot. So yeah, I didn't even finish any of those plants. The monkey did it all. So it's kind of cool. He plants about as fast as you plant when you don't have the upgrade. So, it's about as quickly as you would normally do it. With this poop. So yeah, the monkey's kind of cool. Let's see here. What else did we have? We didn't see the dog lick. Okay, so the puppy. So I'm going to get hurt a little bit here. Just going to get hurt. Just get knocked around a bit. Oh, I got to get off the planet because the planet's going to heal me anyway. Okay, so let's do this. Puppy's just riding on. I can't remember if I've got the dev mode on. Just let these guys shoot me for a bit. Okay. And then, you just go to a planet. This one right here seems good. So the puppy doesn't kill anything, but if I don't know why he's not. I don't know why I'm healed. Is my dev thing on? Oh, it is. Shit. Oh, I have dev mode on. So that's why. So see, the puppy just sort of, when I actually need some healing, he'll come to my aid. She'll come to my aid. This is actually Dora, come. Come. I'll show you who this puppy is based on. Come here. Come. Good girl. Come here. Come here. Oh, now I just realized I don't have my camera. Okay, I was gonna show you the live puppy, but let's just scour my Facebook. This is gonna be weird. You're gonna see all sorts of pictures from my family, etc. Your photos. I know I got a picture of Dora on here somewhere. You just have to witness my entire... Oh, there she is. So yeah, that's Dora. That's who this puppy is based on. So yeah, she's cute. She just sort of helps. I don't know why she's glitching out like that. Because she wants to walk, but then she wants to be on her... I could probably fix that. Dora. Okay, so yeah, that's all the pets though. So that was sort of a big job that I was doing for quite a while. Just check the collision on this. I don't know why. Yeah, so here's a good thing. So see how I've got her, I don't know why just her front is selected. But this is the blue box is her collision box. So this is basically ignores... The game technically ignores what the art actually is, and this box is what she's actually represented as. So when this box comes in contact with me, then she'll change her sprite to the stand-up one. So what I'm doing is I want to apply the same sort of box to... Because you can see, remember how she was glitching out when she was licking me? It's because when she licks, she'd switch to this animation, but this animation has a completely different box because it actually, Construct 2 guessed what her shape was, which I don't really need it to do. But the primary difference is the bottom of her feet was actually guessed to be up here, as opposed to here where the bottom of her feet is actually guessed to be the bottom of the sprite. If I make sure that the bottom is the bottom, then even when it switches frames, it should keep her so she doesn't glitch out like that. Because basically what was happening is she was flipping to the next frame, and the next frame was now like 5 centimeters. If I'm going ratiosity, she was now 5 centimeters in the air. So then she'd fall down, but then she'd switch back to the other frame, and then she'd be down on the ground, and then she'd flip back to the other frame, and she'd be 5 centimeters up. She'd fall, and she's basically just glitching out like that. So now both of the frames' feet are on the ground. So regardless of regardless of where she is, she should not glitch. And I mean, that's the kind of stuff that, I'll likely end up going through. See, even this cat the cat's gonna glitch out like that too. This is all stuff that I'll have to go through after anyway. And also, the less points that this has, the less processing is required, because it's just calculating a simple square shape. So I'm gonna apply it to this, and then pet 3 idle. See, this is just silly. But it's just because when I import the images, it guesses the shape. It's trying to help. I appreciate it. But it's never correct. Okay, monkey, same thing. Monkey's going to be a pain in the ass. He's going to be glitching around. Again, we don't need 1,000 points for him, because we really only care. We don't care if his tail touches the plant so he can start healing the plant. We just care if his body touches the plant, like this part. And this is the wonderful world of collision boxes. And then idle. Doesn't really matter where his other body stuff is, just as long as his feet are in the same spot, or it's flush with the bottom, I guess. And these guys, it doesn't matter because they float in the air anyway, so it's pretty much irrelevant where their actual collision boxes are. You guys are talking about I'm going to read some of this stuff. Oh, Stills, I didn't know you were here. How's it going, man? Oh, Dare's naming all the animals? You might have to send these in an email if I miss any of these. Stills, the monkey was humping the plants. Basically, just the arousal that he produces, the friction and the arousal, it actually causes the plants to grow and germinate. Murder killer McStab in the face. That's Bobo McGraw thinks that the dog should be called. Oh, where did it go? Come on. Murder killer McStab in the face. And that's a pretty good name. There should be a bond system between you and your pet. When you get a fully bonded, they get the power-ups or more AI improvements. Yeah, that's... I mean, there's definitely lots of ways that I wanted to sort of expand on the whole pet aspect. I know we were talking in one of the streams about having maturity levels and sort of experience, so the longer that you're working with a pet. So yeah, I think some of that stuff will come into play. Again, though, I mean, I'm looking at, I'm hoping to release on Steam Early Access if I can get like sort of a bug-free version that doesn't crash, is pretty much my number one priority at this point. And I'm not even really worried about having the story mode in there for early access. If I can get a few more bosses in, a few more enemies in, and all the tower completion, all the tower stuff finished up, and fairly certain that it doesn't crash, which I'm thinking is pretty much my biggest challenge right now, because I think people are having some issues with that. And I've left it on all night and have not had any issues. But other people say that they play after 40 minutes, 40 minutes, it crashes. And I think there's been a lot of stuff that I've been doing in the past few weeks, the past month, even the past 2 months, that have been worked on trying to minimize that and make things a little bit so nothing's really building up in the background. Enemies are being killed when they get a certain distance away. Things are when you leave a planet, it wipes out the planet from all the aliens that were on it, and it puts a counter on the planet of how many aliens were on that planet. And then when you bring that planet back into view, it'll respawn the aliens that it has in the counter. So those aliens aren't actually existing anywhere. Dare thinks the dog should be called Poge. I appreciate you guys coming up with names for the dog, but the dog's name is Dora, in honor of the real dog, Dora. And yeah, I think he should be, I think Murder Killer McStab in the Face is Boba McGraw's mother's name. And you guys are talking about Facebook being a stalker's wet dream. Thank you for the compliment on the art, Jess. Facebook does allow your family practically unlimited access to talk to you if your family's actually on Facebook. I keep in better touch with some cousins that are on Facebook. Shouts out Scott and Lee. Than I do to my parents and brothers and sisters, because they're not on Facebook as much. So it's weird. My boyfriend's mom will send me messages on Facebook when I'm visiting instead of just walking downstairs. For real, I talk to my wife on iMessage probably 80% of our conversations happen on iMessage, even when I don't think when we're in the same room, like if we're hanging out watching TV or something like that, I think we'll actually use our words. But if I'm working and she's watching TV or something, we'll just talk on iMessage. We're in the same house. That's our human connection. Silly French people and their strange customs. I gotta get some more music going here. I don't know if this is going to work out. Guys, let me know if this is a bit too much to rock and talk. All right, where else were we? Twitter is as far as you'll go with social media. That's Dare saying that. Twitter's pretty cool. I like Twitter, but for the longest time I didn't really get it. I just thought it was more of an output thing. So more of an input thing. I didn't really understand the using Twitter to get my own message out, and still don't really do it effectively. I just sort of throw my thoughts on there whenever I can. But yeah, it's really cool. Facebook is turning into Tumblr. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's all just like, it's just becoming images, and we're just sort of boiling down human communication to like as simple as possible. Which is cool. If we can communicate with each other via quicker methods, but I think the message is the problem. With things like Facebook, I don't think there's really a lot of, if you want to get any message of substance out there, then you end up writing like a 4-page status update that nobody really reads. I don't know. Dare's saying basically Twitter is talking to yourself in a dark room and you don't know how many people are there with you. That's what I feel like on Reddit. I feel like I'm just shouting at a crowd and nobody cares what I'm yelling at. They're just like, oh, that guy is just shouting at me. Yeah, I think Twitter, I realized what the power of Twitter is not necessarily in, I think the first layer of Twitter is the keeping in touch with what people are up to. So that's when you're posting status updates or just thoughts and ideas or opinions on things and all that kind of stuff. That's one layer of Twitter, but I think the deeper, more useful layer of Twitter is that you're actually relatively close and relatively easy to get in touch with those people that are actually saying things. And the likelihood of somebody connecting with you or responding to you or actually discussing things with you is higher because you're actually commenting on something that they specifically said, and vice versa. Somebody comments on something that I specifically said, I feel like I'm more engaged. I feel like I'm more engaged with them than if we're like having the same conversation in like YouTube comments, which Bo McGraw so aptly brought up. YouTube comments are like that's just like I don't even know. It's like an art form. Unfiltered. Acorns Ye says YouTube comments are beautiful, like unfiltered rage. Awesome. So true. It's like there's like these pockets of humanity on the internet, and YouTube comments, just like it or not, is like this honest representation of people's like anxiety and like just emotional disruption, like just what they truly deep down feel and have no qualms about sort of expressing because it's anonymous, and it's truth. YouTube comments are truth. I think you'd be a fool to think that that's not how the majority of people think. Which is a bummer, but I think that's the majority. That's the majority mind frame. I just love this conversation. People have no soul. YouTube comments are like, it's just a perfect. Let's just go to like a YouTube video that should have relatively good comments, right? Okay, a popular video. This has got 15 million views. Sadie doesn't want her brother to grow up. Oh, I mean, it's I don't even have the sound. It's just touching. She understands the concept of growth. She doesn't want. It's beautiful. This is like, here's a little section of humanity right here. Look at this little guy down there. And she just does not want to accept the fact that her little brother. Oh, look at this. 5,000 people were like, what? What did they feel? Like, ugh. Well, after watching this, I have to go watch Stewie beat the shit out of Brian to restore my faith in humanity. 697 people like it. Oh. Yep. That's... But some people get it. Enough people get it. We're those people. Nate has 8 viewers and only 7 people in the world. You guys are the best. I think it's only 7 viewers, though, because I count as one of them, right? I'm really straight and not a pedo, but I feel like Sadie is going to be smoking hot when she hits 18. Thanks, Mike, Alexis, and the 5 people who agree. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Okay, let's... Well, guys, so in keeping with my keeping it short and sweet, that was that. This has been the Cosmochoria Friday broadcast, and I think you know I was talking to Dare via email, and you know, I was thinking of actually just not doing the stream, but I think that's a bit extreme. If anything, I'm gonna keep it short. You know, do maybe like half an hour, 45 minutes, so that it's there, and I've got the sort of the video sort of log of what I've been doing each week, and yeah, but I just gotta make sure I'm spending an equal amount of time sort of putting together a proper sort of Kickstarter update and all that kind of stuff as well. So I mean, that's, you know, going to take some time, and then at the same time, you know, I'm really gearing up for just the panic of releasing on early access, which I originally thought was going to be not a big deal and I could just sort of do quietly. But I've been talking with some industry peeps and just friends who have experience in the matter, and they fully agree and sort of have convinced me that a sort of a quiet transition to early access is a silly thing, and that your early access launch should be pretty much as big as launching the actual game or launching the Kickstarter or anything like that. So I think that's what I'm sort of gearing up towards, and launching early access. I'm hoping it'll be, if not the end of August, to sort of time it up with PAX, because I will be going out there, unfortunately not as part of the PAX 10 or the Indie Mega Booth, because both of those amazing organizations have declined to share in my vision. I'm trying to think of the most diplomatic way to say that they told me I suck. Well, they didn't tell me I suck. But okay. Anyways, so I'm going to PAX. I'm going to hand out stickers, and I'm just thinking that it might be a good choice to have the game ready for that. So when I give somebody a sticker and they go to the site, they're actually able to purchase the game and play it right away. You know, that weekend. So that would be the end of August, and your dog. Hey, your 5-year-old daughter is gonna be really hot when she turns 18. Okay, thanks. So yeah, that's my focus, and I think the biggest thing for me is actually just making sure that it doesn't crash for a good majority of the time that you're playing the game. And then it's just going to be a matter of building in that other stuff while it's in early access, getting the story mode sort of fleshed out and all the hidden discoverable stuff. I think by the time it hits early access, there should be a bunch more stuff though, with the towers being sort of finalized and the new enemies, new bosses, a little bit more of a, you know, an item discovery and upgrade while you play kind of thing going on. And yeah, I think that will be good. Yeah, I did have to send PAX a fee. It was a $50 fee. So they got my fee. I guess they got my fee. They got my $50. So that's good. Somebody has $50 more than they had. Indie Mega Booth, fortunately, was not. There was no fee for that, so I just, you know, didn't cost me anything at all to have my confidence shattered, which is good. You know, it's what you want. So yeah, this has been the Cosmochoria Friday broadcast. You guys are the ultimates. You guys are the ultimate in friends. I'm gonna wear my short shorts, my short cutoffs to PAX. Thank you for the idea, Otoshi. Strip down to my undies for the old hanging out in the parking lot. Yeah. So thanks again. I shall see you guys. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm not going to be doing a Monday or a Wednesday. I'm just going to keep it to the Fridays, and I'm just going to keep it short and sweet, and I'll see you next Friday. But, you know, you got me on email and Twitter. Twitter is @MantraKid. Yeah, that'd be cool if Dara, if you're at PAX, if you guys are planning on going to PAX, it'd be amazing to meet you. So yeah, keep in the loop. So I'm on Twitter. I know, Bobo, you don't really you don't deal with that shit, but so @MantraKid on Twitter. Or you can send me an email, nate@3030.ca, or I'm MantraKid on Steam. You can always hit me up there. What else? I think that should cover it. If you guys want to get in touch, and we'll chat, and I'll try to do my best to keep you in the loop of everything. Expect a Kickstarter update within the next few days. Probably, I'll say by next Friday for sure. Mega ultra hugs. You guys are the best. Now I gotta figure out why the fuck this fucking shit keeps fucking crashing and not fucking working. My mind is exploding. This is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Shaking, murdering, staking, and left me right down to my Sparrow, perch and play, songs along the bird, buck and bray, songs along sing, I will swallow your sadness and eat your cold clay, just to lift your long face. And though it may be madness, I will take to the grave your precious long face. And though our bones, they may break and our souls separate, why the long face? And though our bodies recoil from the grip of the soil, why the long face? And in the trough of the waves, which are pawing like dogs, pitch we pale-faced and grave, as I write in my love. Then I hear a noise from the hull. 7 days out to sea, and it is the damnable bell, and it tolls. Well, I believe that it tolls. It tolls for me, and it tolls for me. And oh, my wrist and my waist seem so easy to break. Still, my dear, I'd have walked you to the edge of the water, and they will recognize all the lines of your face and the face of the daughter of my daughter. And darling, we will be fine, but what was yours and mine appears to me a sandcastle that the gibbering wave takes. But if it's all just the same, then will you say my name in the morning, so that I know when the wave breaks? I wasn't born of a whistle or milk from a thistle at twilight. No, I was all horns and thorns, sprung out fully born, knock-kneed and all right. So enough of this terror, we deserve to know life and grow ever more life.